Yeah, I make 70K. I'm on 90 a year. I get paid 35 an hour.
But almost nobody can answer a much more important question. How much of that money do you actually keep after your job finishes eating your life? Because your paycheck has predators attached to it.
And the scary part? Most of them are invisible. Think about the average weekday. Your alarm goes off before your body is ready to exist. You drag yourself into the shower. You put on clothes you would never wear voluntarily. You sit in traffic, surrounded by other exhausted people, pretending this is normal. Then you spend 8 to 10 hours selling your focus, patience, emotional energy, and physical health for money. And by the time you finally get home, you're too drained to cook, too drained to think, too drained to enjoy the life you're supposedly working to build. So you buy convenience.
Delivery apps, coffee, streaming subscriptions, impulse purchases, weekend escapes, tiny dopamine hits to compensate for a lifestyle that quietly burns you down.
Then payday comes, and somehow, despite working all month, your bank account barely moved. That's because most people aren't calculating income. They're calculating fantasy. See, your salary is revenue, but revenue means nothing without expenses. A restaurant can make $1 million a year and still go bankrupt if operating costs are too high. The same thing can happen to a human being. Let's say someone earns $80,000 a year. Sounds successful, right? Now let's perform an uncomfortable little audit. First comes tax, then transportation, gas, insurance, parking, car maintenance, then work clothes, office lunches, coffee, convenience spending, subscriptions you only use because your brain is too tired to exist without stimulation. Then the hidden category nobody talks about: recovery spending. This is the money spent repairing the psychological damage of constant stress. The random shopping spree after a terrible week. The expensive vacation you desperately needed. The food delivery because you mentally collapsed after work. The alcohol. The burnout purchases. The treat-yourself culture designed to medicate exhaustion. A lot of people don't realize this. Their job creates expenses that would never exist without the job itself. And suddenly, that impressive salary starts shrinking very fast. But the real trap isn't just money. It's time. Because employers don't only buy your labor hours. They consume the hours around them, too. The preparation, the commute, the mental recovery afterward, the Sunday anxiety, the exhaustion that makes your evenings unusable. A person may technically work 40 hours a week, but emotionally dedicate 70. And when you divide your remaining money by your actual life energy spent, some six-figure workers are effectively earning less freedom than someone with a simpler life and a smaller paycheck. That's the part nobody tells you. More income does not automatically mean a better life. Sometimes it just means more expensive coping mechanisms, a bigger apartment to compensate for stress, a nicer car for a longer commute, more consumption to distract yourself from the fact that you barely experience your own existence anymore. Modern life has created a loop where people work exhausting jobs to afford the comforts needed to recover from exhausting jobs. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This is why some people making modest incomes feel calm and free, while others making triple the money feel constantly trapped. Because freedom is not measured by income. It's measured by margin. How much money survives after your lifestyle?
how much time survives after your obligations.
How much energy survives after your workday? That's the real scoreboard. And honestly, one of the most powerful financial decisions you can make has nothing to do with investing. It's reducing the cost of being alive. A shorter commute can change your mental health back. Learning to cook can save thousands. Working remotely can give you years of your life back. Wanting less can outperform earning more. That last one is dangerous advice in a consumer economy, because if people stop constantly upgrading their lifestyle, the machine slows down. The system benefits when your identity revolves around consumption. New phone, new shoes, new car, new status symbol. But every unnecessary purchase has a hidden price tag attached to it. Hours of your remaining life, not dollars, life. That's the conversion most people never make. A $200 purchase isn't just $200. It might actually be 8 hours of meetings, 2 mornings stuck in traffic, 1 entire day of your existence traded away. And maybe that sounds dramatic, but it becomes very hard to waste money once you start measuring purchases in pieces of your life. This doesn't mean you should never enjoy anything. It means your spending should buy freedom, not sedation. There's a difference. Real wealth is waking up without panic. Real wealth is owning your time. Real wealth is having enough margin that a bad month doesn't destroy you emotionally. And ironically, people chasing status often sacrifice those exact things first. So here's a challenge. This weekend, calculate your real hourly wage. Not your salary, your real one. Subtract taxes. Subtract commuting costs. Subtract convenience spending caused by exhaustion. Subtract recovery spending. Then divide what's left by the total hours your job actually consumes from your life. The number might shock you, but it might also wake you up. Because once you know the true value of your time, you start protecting it differently. And that changes everything.